Good morning and welcome to the Big Agent Meeting. My name is Russ Lagan. It is November 22nd. And what that means is if you're a turkey and you're still walking around, you should be scared right now. Next week is Thanksgiving. And I want to start off today with something that I am thankful for. I was in Nashville this week with our quarterly business review with the top leadership in EXP. And I want to tell you all that I could not possibly be any more thankful for the people that are in that room leading this company. You've got a sense of passion and a sense of drive and a sense of amazingness that they bring to the table. Glenn Sanford is in his sweet spot right now. He's in startup mode field because he's helping grow international, and you can see it on his face. He's ready to rock and roll, and he's actually back and having fun with that. So it's nice when you've got something you're passionate about, and man, he is in his wheelhouse right now, getting international up and running. I am thankful for Leo Pareja. I'm thankful for all the people in the C group, all the people I spent time with this week. I will tell you guys, I've said this more than once. There are people I love to work with, and there's people that I love that I work with. And there's a lot of people in there. Just I have feelings of joy and love for them when I see them because they're all with the same mode. They want to make EXP better. EXP is already amazing. And I'm thankful for each and every one of you that every single week shows up to watch this show. And you guys are the ones that make the world go around. So we are thankful for each and every one of you that's out selling houses every day. I hope you have the most amazing holiday next week ever. Hope you get some downtime, get some phone shut off time, and of course, spend some time with your family. That's one of the most important things in most of our lives, is our family. So I'm thankful for them also. All right. So with that said, we have got an amazing show for you guys today. We're going to kick off with, I'm going to do Market Minute right out of the gate like I've been doing every week. And then we're going to jump in with Holly Mabery for our brokerage update, then kick over to Sean Murphy. If you guys have not heard what's going on in commercial real estate in EXP is actually taking on the next level. You've got Sean Murphy at the helm, and he's adding things, building things, growing things, and they're taking it to the next level. He's going to give us an update on what they're up to. You're going to want to see that. Then we're going to kick over to Brian Ellington for our university update. University is always doing amazing things, and he's going to get us up to speed on what's going on in the university. And then, of course, the thing of the day, Austin and Nate Chevron are going to be having a conversation with Brian Ellington about winning clients and taking your business to the next level. You guys want to make sure you're sticking around for that. These guys are amazing. I'm proud to call them both friends, and the stuff that they do and the way they do it is next level stuff. So you guys are going to have a great show here coming up today. All right, so let's kick off with Market Minute. You guys have heard me talking week after week after week about doing market updates and a couple parts and pieces on market updates and knowing your statistics. Last week, I talked about getting out there and hitting new home construction. I hope some of you actually implemented that in your business now. When things are a little slower in sales this time of the season, now's a great time to get out and meet all the builders so you know what's out there for inventory. Great place to make connections. It's a great place to get more connected to that aspect of the business. And then you're going to start finding people that want new homes because that's the way law of attraction works. The more you think new homes, the more new home stuff ends up coming your direction. So let's go backwards a step. We're talking about real estate market update. I want to make sure you guys know when I say do a market update, what I'm talking about is I want you guys to do video. Real estate market updates are very powerful when it's video. I see a lot of people post a stat with some verbiage, cool, right? But that's information. That's not communication necessarily. And what I want you to start thinking is, can I and should I implement in my world a short real estate market update? And I want you to do it on video, and here's the reason why. Anybody can post stats, anybody can post words. But when they see you saying it with your person and seeing the expert stuff coming out of your pie hole, it makes them feel like you are the expert. It's not just expert giving information. It makes it sound and feel like you are the expert just saying good market stats and what's going on in the business. So I want you to start thinking 1 minute, 2 minute, even if you want to do a quick 30-second, here's one piece of what's going on in the market, do a quick video, shoot it on your cell phone, keep it super simple. If you've never done one before, just do it. Spend 30 minutes and whatever's the best one you got in 30 minutes, launch that out into the world. And then next week, do the same thing. Okay. It makes it a little more simple for you. So when you get the video done, what I want you to do is pop it on your socials first. Okay. And the reason I want you to pop it on socials first, I want you to take that raw video and obviously you want to clip it, edit, but do not upload that to somewhere else. I want you to upload that directly onto socials. And here's the reason why. If you upload a YouTube video on Facebook, Facebook goes, I don't like that. And the reason they don't like that is because you click on that video, it takes you over to YouTube, and then you go down YouTube rabbit hole, right? If that video's on Facebook, you click on that video on Facebook and you stay on Facebook. Facebook thinks that's great. Your other socials thinks that's great. So anytime you do a video, you want to pop that video directly on that platform if you can. And then once you get that done, then I want you to upload that thing to YouTube and start building out a YouTube channel. If you don't know how to build a YouTube channel, super easy. Just go in, type in youtube.com. And then when that search bar comes up, how to build a YouTube channel. We've got some amazing, simple tutorials. That's how I learned to do it. And I'm not super tech savvy. So jump on, get a YouTube channel going, make sure you're starting to stockpile this stuff, because people aren't searching for realtors. Typically, they're searching for information or searching for something that they're looking for, right? They're searching for golf courses and stuff. So I want you to start saying, hey, if I can be that person on YouTube, just like Levi Lassick says, they're not searching for a realtor in Dallas. They're searching for best golf courses and so forth. And what's going on in the market in Dallas is much more likely to come up. And then you have the opportunity to be that person for them. So pop that thing on YouTube. Once you got it on YouTube, then you can take that, email a link to the YouTube link, which will drive people to you and to your YouTube channel. And then the email is super simple. What happens is some people see it on social. Some people are going to see it on YouTube. Some people are going to see it when you send out the email. So you're catching multiple avenues and multiple angles from doing one thing. You've got 3 different places you can get exposure with it. And then the last thing is, I want you to actually once every quarter or so, I want you to kind of type it up. And I know it goes exactly against what I'm talking about here, but I want you to kind of type up a summary. Hey, by the way, in Q1 of 2024, Q4 of 2024, here's what we're looking at in the real estate market. Here's what's going on. Here's what some of the basic numbers are. And by the way, here's how much the homes have appreciated in the last 5 years in this market. That kind of short email or mail piece, you print that thing out, fold it up, lick it, stick it. If you hand address it, it's even better. And what happens is everybody gets that. 99.99% of people get that. Now, some of them are going to look at it and toss it in the garbage. Fine. But the ones that are going to open it up, they're going to see your name, and it just keeps you top of mind 4 times a year by mailing a real estate market update. Most people will look at that and go, oh, cool, didn't know that. So if you do it every couple of months, people will start to pick it up and they'll start to keep their eyeball on it. And now you become their person in flow. And when they think real estate, they call you. All right, there's your market minute for today. Now, next up, we've got Holly Mabery. I was with her in Nashville this week. The most amazing person you will ever meet. And she recorded a quick note for us for the brokerage corner. So take it away, Holly.
Thanks, Russ. You know, we've been talking a lot about the NAR settlement, and we know that the judge will rule on Tuesday. Now, this is what I want you to know behind the scenes. He's likely to approve it. We had preliminary approval back in April, and we've made all of the industry changes as of August 17th. So what does this mean to you? Well, everything you have been doing to educate and guide your client is key. Now, this is no time to take your foot off the gas. I'm so excited about the holidays, what it means, some time with my family, and I really hope that for you as well. But a couple of things I want you to think about. One of my best things that I ever did as an agent is the day or 2 prior to Thanksgiving, I would actually do a Sly broadcast call to my top clients. Now, this is a call that I just called to say, Happy Thanksgiving. If I don't get to see you before the holidays or the end of the year, I want to know how grateful I am to you and your family for your business and your trust in me. Now, full stop. Why do I do that? Guys, we are in such a relationship business. Yes, everything you and I do, our market knowledge, our study of forms, laws, the resources that we show up to the table with, this is accumulated over a lifetime in this industry, and it's critical. But how you and I show up comes with every relationship that we build. The consistency of the things you do today will make all the difference in the success you enjoy tomorrow. It's a modified quote from one of my favorite all-time receivers, Jerry Rice. Yeah, he always said, today I will do what others won't, so tomorrow I will do what others can't. That's how I want you to look at your business. As we go into 2025, it's so important that you are building those things consistently today. So the phone calls you make, the pre-gaming for that next client you're going to meet, whether it's your listing kit or it's your buyer package. And if you haven't seen or played with the buyer package out of the EXP Realty Buyer Toolkit, go ahead and download that now. This is a great time to take maybe a few hours to work on your business, think about your clients, have a great sense of gratitude, and launch your career into next year. It's a good time. Why not now? I'm just here to make sure you have all the tools in your toolbox and to think about things differently. We're headed into a very in-depth professionals market. So we are here to help you build your business. Russ, back to you.
All right, there you go, Holly Mabery. I think you're 100% right all the way across the board. I couldn't agree with you more. This is always going to be a relationship business, regardless of what happens with tech. People want somebody that's going to help be their interpreter so they know what they should be doing based on the info. So great information, Holly Mabery. Thank you for your time with that. All right, so coming up next, Leadership Corner, we have the one and only Senior Vice President of Growth for Commercial, Sean Murphy. Come on down, Sean Murphy.
Hey, what's going on, Russ? I
Good
haven't
morning.
seen you in 12 or 13 hours.
Yeah, you were in Nashville with us. That was quite the time we had there. We were there for meetings, but they happened to have the CMA awards, and I'm like, wait a minute, they're doing comparative market analysis in a stadium now.
There were a lot of people came to see the comparative market analysis.
Yeah.
If you haven't been to downtown Nashville during the Country Music Awards, don't. It was a little wild. Yeah, Russ and I just flew back to our respective sides of the country to meet again in January. Yeah, I was following what Holly was saying there, the in-depth professional market.
Yeah, it's a good phrase, isn't it?
Yeah, I'm gonna caption that. I'm gonna put it on everything. What we're running into right now that we're seeing, and why I'm really driving in commercial, is they're niching out. They're going for their specialties.
Yeah.
And in commercial, there's so many product specialties. Some people do, blue collar, light industrial. Some people do, warehouses in suburbs. It's just very niched out.
I always found that interesting because we were talking about I'm going to be a commercial person. And then I started to learn early in my career, I had Ari was great with dirt, and then you had industrial, and you had agricultural, then you had business brokerage, which is high alchemy, by the way. That's like boil and bubble, toil and trouble. I mean, that's a witch's brew when they figure out how to value a business. I mean, there are specialties within there, and you've got something commercial's doing now that's unique with that.
Yeah, well, it's been crazy. When Glenn and Leo said run it as a startup, that's the attitude we took in commercial. We are a startup. I mean, we're already in the top 10 largest commercial real estate brokerages in the US, but we're running it as a startup. We have so many things coming on. Just wanted to say, if you're thinking about getting into commercial, join the commercial brokerage, because the first thing it says on your agency disclosure is must exercise reasonable skill in the performance of your duties. The second you take a commercial deal you know nothing about, you failed there. That's where the legal issues begin. If you look at the NAR Code of Ethics, Section 11, realtors must provide competent services to their clients. Yeah. There's no way around it. You just accepting that deal, you violated that. But let's get into what's going on.
Here's a great bypass for that. And this is what I always did. I didn't know. I mean, I know enough about commercial to know I shouldn't be touching it because I don't know what I really need to know. I could probably get the job done, but can I get it done to the level that I would expect for myself? The answer is no. So I've always had specific partners. I had Ari Ravi, I had Raj Ravi, I had Mondi, I had Mark, I had Alan, I had Dewey. I had those guys. I had my go-to people. So I knew if I had anything commercial related, I could work with them on it. Or I could refer it off to him. For me, I was always busy, so I referred that business off. So every one of our realtors in our company should know somebody in commercial, in your area, in your market, that you can collaborate with. So one of the things you can do is refer business to them, of course, because you've got people that actually that live in houses that actually have businesses. And then secondly, you want to make sure you have that go-to person. And if you try to get into something, some of them will partner with you, and some will say, hey, wait a minute, that's going to be way over your head. This should be a referral instead. So get that person if you don't have them in your world.
I think every team and every top agent should have a commercial partner. What sounds better? I sell houses, or I can help you with residential, commercial, business brokering. That sounds like a full financial package there. And you just partnering with somebody in commercial. There are tools in commercial that you just don't have in realty. You don't even have access to some of them.
Agreed.
We kicked off last month. We kicked off a new initiative that we just wanted to keep bringing out new stuff that made us more centralized in the commercial market. We're true commercial. We are not NAR members. We don't have that clear cooperation agreement. We've had buyer representation agreements since the beginning. We run differently. in order to do that, we no longer have agents. Russ, did I tell you that? We don't have agents anymore.
None?
No, none. Not one
What?
agent in commercial. Commercial advisors are called exactly that. They're advisors, they're senior advisors, they're VP of advisors, they're senior vice presidents of advisors. Those titles are all tied to their production and time and service. It's what's
Nice.
respected and known in the division. So, yeah, EXP commercial doesn't have any agents anymore, which was the first mind blower. That is now.
Yeah.
You can apply for your title with your state broker. You can talk to John Laterno, our director of broker operations, so he can tell you what levels those are. But all of our advisors are very aware of it. Next week we have a national commercial advisor search site coming out, built for us by our partner Zoocasa.
Nice.
Search engine optimized. Be sure to go into the global referral platform. Update your photo. Photos are 80% more recognizable than even the font you use. So update your photo, your title, your designations. They're commercial only designations. If you ever see a commercial agent that says he's a green pro or a buyer representation specialist, that's actually not even allowed. Those are NAR titles, and commercial agents typically are not NAR members. So update your designations, your product categories, your locations. You can be searched by multiple locations. Another advantage we have in commercial is we have co-brokering across state lines. That would be so cool in residential.
That would be
I could be in Michigan and write a deal in Tennessee. Well, they do that in commercial all the time. You can be in California and co-broker a deal in Nevada or in Arizona or in Texas. So
actually work the deal with them.
I work the deal with them, talk to the clients. That commercial doesn't care. It's not an emotional buy. It's often not even location based. When you're searching for a house, you fall in love with the house. No, you fall in love with the return on investment in commercial. And they don't care where it is as long as it's getting you that number.
ROI, yes.
Yeah. So go in and update in My EXP your global referral program bio, and it also has your links to your website, to your social media. Get that, because it's search engine optimized. When we punch in Russ Lagan in commercial, we want him to come up everywhere. So we're really going to be pushing that. Yeah. That's now. That's going to happen next before Thanksgiving. Cool. This month, we're also working on debuting our business broker only platform. I sell businesses. Wow. I do not sell real property. I'm going to be a business broker. Business brokers are also a different breed. They can work nationally. Yeah. In some places, they have completely different certifications and or not real estate licensed. But at EXP, they're all real estate licensed. This year, we have a new thing. Russ and I were talking at our QBR, which is quarterly business review. Teams are a lot more productive. They come complete with their own accountability, their own mentor, their own game plan to achieve greatness. So we are coming out with groups. We do not have agents. We do not have teams. We have groups. We already have domestic groups. We already have cross brokerage domestic groups where one spouse or partner can be in realty and one spouse or partner can be in commercial. Fantastic. We came out with self-organized groups where they're groups inside of commercial, primarily together for marketing. They are all on full caps. They run their own game. Commercial, the closings are 10, 20, 30, $50 million. Yeah. So they're all going for their own icon awards. And then, we're going to come out with reduced or fractional cap groups. I know we're running short on time here. That's the big thing coming out. That allows us to go after those teams, the team ridges, and those independent brokerages that are looking for a better financial model. Fantastic. We have our first Thursday of every month. We have our Commercial Advisor Connect. I invite you to come because this is the wild, wild west. We are on the precipice of blowing up. I want to get in the top 5 next year, top 5 commercial brokerages in the U.S. So I need your help.
Where do they communicate and connect with you then?
If you send a note to growth@expcommercial.com, you're going to get all of us.
Perfect.
So, yep. And everything else goes to John Letourneau at expcommercial.com because John's my director of brokerage operations. He can answer the finer points of compliance.
Perfect. All right. So growth at expcommercial.com or .net. .com.
It's .com.
Okay.
You can tell I'm just the effusiveness coming out of me is because I'm really excited about what's happening.
I'm excited about the next year in commercial is going to be a big growth and a big leap. So I'm excited for you guys. Well, Sean Murphy, thank you very much for your time and energy. It was great to see you again this week. Look forward to seeing you again. Say hello to your wife. Have a happy Thanksgiving. Hope you get to spend some good times with your family.
Thank you. Say hello to your wife and your new puppy, adopted puppy.
Will do. All right. Thanks, Sean. Appreciate it. All right. There you go. Sean Murphy, Senior Vice President of Commercial. They're taking on kind of a new flavor and a new vibe. They're moving forward. 2025 is going to be a big year for growth. So if you're thinking about or somebody in commercial, make sure you just bring it up. They don't even know. A lot of commercial people don't even know EXP has commercial yet. So it's one of those runways. It's got a long way to go. So lots of room for expansion there. All right. So next up, University Spotlight. We've got the one and only Brian Ellington. Come on down, Brian Ellington. Good to see you again.
Hey, Russ. How are you doing, my friend?
I'm doing good as always.
Good to see you in Nashville, too.
Yeah.
Hey, I've got some pretty cool guests, actually, two of them. It's a twofer special this time.
I'm excited.
Before I do, though, let me just share a few things with the university. I saw this the other day. It really kind of resonated with me because we can get in our heads on this too much. What I saw was someone else's achievements don't take away from your progress. It's you versus you. And I talk to top agents like my two guests all the time. And I'm like, man, if I could have only produced at that level. But here's the thing. You won't get better than them until you get better than yourself.
That's it. For sure.
And I think it was Oprah who said that we can't become what we need to be by remaining what we are.
Agreed.
And so yesterday, EXP University did our masterclass series. We do our every Thursday, we do an executive masterclass. Not this coming Thursday, we're going to be stuffing our face, but every Thursday we do executive masterclass. We have, all of our leaders have been real estate professionals, agents, team leaders. And so we have a different one come on each Thursday, 3 p.m. Eastern, to share their particular passion. My particular passion is helping people build businesses. And so yesterday I did building your strategic 2025 business plan. And that, by the way, is here on the EXP YouTube channel. Just look for that. You'll see this beautiful mug somewhere with that. And that's a great thought process for you now as you're looking at 2025. Because here's what's interesting. I was just on my friend Elizabeth Riley's call, and I shared with them that, hey, friends, today is not November 22nd. It is not. It is not November 22nd. So if you're buying into this idea that, hey, people don't sell houses this time of year, first of all, they absolutely do. Yep. They absolutely do. And the number of agents that check out at this time of the year means that you will get your unfair share of business if you get productive. But today is not November 22nd. Today is actually March 2nd, 2025. When you think about our 100-day business cycle, right? Yep. If I meet a ready, willing, and able buyer and seller today, I'm not going to close that deal unless it's a cash buyer. But for the most part, I'm not going to close that deal until March. And so act like that in your activity level. And if you're not sure what to do, we got help. So first, go watch that session, build your 2025 plan. And then when you go, okay, I need to learn more about how to do this or that, come see the university. This Monday, we have Vicki Stevenson. She's doing Mastering Emotional Intelligence in Real Estate. Man, if you have not yet mastered emotional intelligence, brothers and sisters, you absolutely need to. So check this one out. Then also we have Steve Johnstone, amazing referral guru. He's doing a multi-part series. This Tuesday, he's got module 4 coming out. So do check that out.
Nice.
Last thing I wanted to share as I bring on our friends, FastCap. So amazing results from this program. If you've not yet heard anything about this is a 6-week productivity program to put onto you, no additional cost from the university. I know other companies and organizations charge thousands of dollars for these kinds of programs. This is part of being with us here at EXP. Just kind of highlight it. The average people going through FastCap and using our CSU tool for tracking and things like that, the average person is doing 4.1 appointments in 6 weeks, 4.1, 2 agreements
Wow.
in 6 weeks.
Wow.
Now that's average. And I'm hoping you at home don't aspire to be average. Let me tell you what happens when fast cappers just do the bare minimum real talks, what we call real estate conversations, just the bare minimum. That average goes up to 6.9 appointments, 3.8 agreements in
Wow.
6 weeks, folks. In 6
That's-
weeks. So
An average. That's just baseline.
that's baseline. If you just do what the program says to do.
Beautiful.
So January 8th, we are kicking off our next cohort, and that's filling up very fast. We don't have very many seats on that. I think, Randy, if we have the URL for that, if we can throw that up, and if not, we'll just make sure you go to expuniversity.com, and click on, he said it's in the chat. Thank you, sir. Appreciate you. But you can go to expuniversity.com if you're listening at home, and then sign up for FastCap January 8th. I'm pretty sure we will go to capacity at the end of today, meaning it will be quote unquote sold out. Again, it doesn't cost you anything, but we can only take so many people. So I would jump on that now and not wait till the end of the day, because likely it will fill up.
Beautiful.
So thank you, sir, for letting me come hang out with you. I've got a couple of friends that I'd love to bring out and continue a conversation I started with them the other day.
I cannot wait. Get these guys in here. I'll like to see you at the backside.
All right, buddy. Thank you. All right, Austin and Nate, you guys with me?
We're here.
Hey,
We are here.
how are you guys?
Doing great.
Great. Well, happy Friday to you both. So I asked Austin and Nate to come on. So Austin and Nate and I got to be really good friends over the past several months, as we got to learn more and more about one another, very much kindred spirits and how we approach our thinking around agents, but just different enough to make our conversations very interesting. So I asked them to come on as we're talking about ramping up our business in 2025. I'm going to share an announcement about these two in a little bit that I'm pretty excited about. But first, I asked them to give us some great advice. They're both talented and accomplished agent team leaders. They built one of the top 10 teams in EXP globally. Not only that, but they're also very talented instructors. Austin, Instructor of the Year for EXP University, and we really appreciate that very much. And then also very talented coaches. You can see their shirt there, Chevron Coaching. So I thought it'd be really great if they come on and help us coach our agents a little bit, getting ready for 2025. Before we do, guys, I shared a little bit, but can you share a little bit more about your background and how you got to where you are?
Yeah. I and when I first start with this, I always wonder if people think this is going to be a 10-minute introduction, but it starts when I'm 6. And the reason it starts when I'm 6, I'm not going back that far, but I start at that. I'm 40 today. My father got a license when I was 6. So 85% of my life has been surrounded by real estate agents. So everything we talk about today, just please know that everything in my life has been surrounded by real estate agents. It's all I know. I say sometimes it's a sick life. If you think about it, like, I don't know anything normal. And so I spent my first part of my life watching real estate agents. My dad was a manager of the largest coldwell banker office in the nation. So I watched the highest people in the world perform at what they did. I was his assistant at 16, licensed at 20. 8 years later, being licensed in real estate, this is important for people to hear, I became on welfare at 28. Which is like, how does real estate allow you to sit there for 8 years before putting you on welfare? It's real estate's all I can say. Grabbed a vision, grabbed some guides, grabbed a system, and within 4 years became one of the top agents in the state of Indiana, working my sphere, working on myself, working on my client experience. And then we've done a lot of things I think we'll talk about here later after that. But my whole background has been trying to figure out who I want to be, what I'm doing, and then how do I do that in an excellent fashion?
And for me, I in summary, I specialize in leadership and team development. And I'm 5 years now in the real estate industry, which has been great. And so Austin and I grew up next door to each other. We are cousins, and a lot of people think we're brothers, but we're cousins, and so our dads are brothers. And so I've always been in and around the industry. I actually have a technical background. I have a physics and math degree from Purdue, and then went into technical recruiting and engineering services. Hit a crossroads in my life and wanted to go start something new. And Austin's like, look at this EXP thing. And I jumped. And we've been here ever since. And so, like I said, I specialize in leadership and team development. I built a team system around Austin's individual production system, and it worked out beautifully.
Awesome. And so I want to start there, that individual production system. And could you take us back? How did you build your business as a solo agent? And specifically, I'm interested in lead generation. Can you give us some advice about how to generate more leads and convert more leads in our business?
Well, for me, it went back to why do I need to do it? And I always start with trying to figure out what is the internal motor that you need to turn on to do the work? Because the work's easy, Brian. We can all tell everybody what to do. But how do you get that internal motor? For me, at 28, when I had my second kid and I was on welfare, it was embarrassing. I'd tell my wife, like, hey, this ain't good. Sorry, I must have messed up. And that's when the internal motor started going. Before that, the motor wasn't running. And for somebody listening today, their motor's not running yet, but just know it can flip like that. And so once it flipped for me, then I figured out I needed three things. I needed a vision. I needed a system to operate off of, and then I needed a guide to show me the way. And so I got the vision after having my second kid. I knew what I wanted. I knew what I didn't want. And so now I needed a system. What was the system? I just knew that if I had so many contacts a day with my past clients, and I worked my database and my spheres, all I've ever done, if I had constant contact with them, I knew it would provide these results. And so I just went and I grinded, and I didn't grind to the point where I was going to lose my family like I saw everybody else do earlier in my life. You know, the business picks up, and then the wife and the husband and the kids never see them. It's always like, hey, Dad, when'd you get a beard? But like, I didn't do that, but I worked smarter. And because of that, I knew that I needed so many contacts a day. I knew that I had to raise my service. The big thing is I had to raise my mindset of when I call somebody, what is the point of this conversation? And how do I lead it from service from them to service to who they know? And once you started doing that, it was like a snowball rolling downhill. It just kept going. The vision was clear. The systems were being worked on, and my guides were helping me go along the way.
I'm curious. You said hitting my daily number of contacts. It's going to be different for different people and different production levels, because literally you can take whatever dollar amount you want out of your business and dial that back through conversion rates to your activity level. For you, what was that number as you started out?
Yeah, so we can break these numbers down a lot of different ways, like follow-up, proactive, just seller calls, buyer call updates. For me, I wanted to push 5 proactive calls a day out of my database, just 5. That's not really, it's tough to start with 1, but then once you get 1 moving, you get to 5. I knew if I had 5 that I personally moved the needle, and not like, hey, Brian, I'm calling you because we're selling your house and we hasn't sold yet. Like that didn't count, but I would make that count. But I didn't count that. Yeah. And so I just knew that if I did this work and I did this quality of work, I should get these results. And the next thing you know, the results were actually better than I would have thought.
Yeah.
They were faster and easier.
And isn't that funny? In FastCap, which we were talking about earlier, we say get to 5 a day, minimum, right? 5 a day. What's interesting is that we don't even start there. We start with 1 a day. In the first week, we only ask you to do 1, and we even tell you to call your grandmother, call your auntie, call your best friend. Just get into the habit. In other words, what's interesting about getting into the habit is when you do call your grandmother, inevitably they're going to tell you that the bridge partner down the street is selling their home. It just happens, right? But just getting into that habit, and 5 a day, it seems so minuscule until you realize that some of the top agents in this industry don't even do that. They don't even do that.
Brian, let me say this just to help real quick, because I think it's about mindset when you're calling people that you know, and they're like, I don't want to take from them. I'm embarrassed to ask.
So
okay?
yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So
I wanted to ask you about this. How do you reverse that? What do you do to bring
really
value?
Easy? Let me tell you how I can just crush whatever beliefs you have right now about it. Is imagine if your doctor called you once a quarter to check up on you. Said, hey, Brian, you were in here last month. Your leg was broke. I fixed it. How are you doing? How's everything going? Oh, you said you were complaining that your wife's leg hurt too. Would you be okay if I called her and see if I could provide her some service? If not, would it be okay if I checked up on you in another quarter just to see how you're doing? In that small conversation, did anybody feel like we were taking, or that doctor was taking, or were they providing more service?
I'd probably brag about you to the next person I talked to who had a medical issue. Right.
Would you pay more for the service if your doctor called you once a quarter or once a year to check up? Would you pay more for it? $1?
Yeah. My wife actually has a specialized medicine package from her doctor because she loved that doctor so much. And so she bought in and pays more than what our insurance even requires.
Now, saying that out loud, do you think that if your doctor never called you and checked up on you, that their level of service is actually lower than what they could be providing you?
Yeah, of course. Of course.
So why aren't we calling our clients and providing them services? Because we're actually taking away from what they should experience with us.
Yeah. Yeah, that's exactly right. And so these principles, and I know you guys built your business a lot by referral. And what's interesting is you built not only one of the most successful teams at EXP, I mean, literally top 10 EXP globally, but one of the most profitable because you weren't going out there buying Zillow leads, and which can be costly and also have lower margins on the backside when you actually do close a deal. You were out there kind of scaling what most people would think of as a solo agent lead generation methodology. Can I ask you, so, pretend I'm a new agent on your team. What would I have gone through in terms of training and expectation on the team?
Yeah. First off, it was very clear that we joke about it and say it partly tongue in cheek, but hey, we do not provide you anything coming onto our team. Like, we were very clear. Like, I'm not even going to give you coffee. There's no snacks.
Knowing you guys,
nothing.
I guarantee you that statement is true. That's amazing.
100%. Like 100% of the time, we would say that to everything. But because we're giving you nothing, we're giving you everything. And one of our guiding philosophies is, if you give a person to fish, they eat for a day. But if you teach a person to fish, they eat for a lifetime. And so we were very adamant about teaching them how to fish, right? Austin built this beautiful system, this 12 module program that we created, that we now call the Agent Success Program. And I built a team model around that program specifically, and we ran everyone through it, and it's iterative. And I'll get into that in a moment. But for our team, when someone's coming on, we said, hey, we're going to provide you 3 things. Is all we're really going to provide you. We're going to provide you a culture to thrive in, systems to work your business off of, and a guide, right? And we're going to provide you coaching. So culture, systems, and coaching. And we coached to that specific program. It was a very laid out roadmap and with very 12 distinct steps. And so when people would come on to they would commit to that, right? Like, hey, we're not going to give you anything, but I need you to commit fully to this system and trust in us. And so that conversation was very clear, and we forced them to say, hey, I'm in. And if they didn't, then like, hey, it's probably not the best fit for you. So that commitment level was very clear and so we made sure that everyone committed to that system. And so the system itself, we focus on life, and then we focus on business. We focus on life, and then we focus on business. And so we're our mission statement, within our team and now within our coaching company, it's to help and show realtors how to live a better life. Right? Where help means to teach, to guide, to coach, and show means to lead by example. And so the 12 programs itself and the 12 modules is one, we first started with their goals, and then we got into their database. Then we got into their habits. What habits are they showing up with? What are their routines from a day-to-day basis? We then got into lead gen, and we plugged everyone in from 8 a.m. to 10 a.m. on our team. Everyone lead gen together. We ran as a pack. And so when they plugged in Monday through Thursday, we ran 3 to 4 weeks a month, and then we took off a week. So something that we call a rest run cycle. And so like Austin was telling just about his individual, a referral based business. That's what we did collectively as a group, and we would hold each other accountable to that. After we would really focus on the lead gen, we would hit on money. That was module 5. And actually, how do you manage your money? We would hit into buyer consultations. We would talk about time management and prioritization. Then we would get into sellers consultations. Then we would actually get into our module 9 is our calendar, where, hey, how do we actually map out the whole calendar? Where most agents at best work week to week. A lot of them work hour to hour. And so how do we get them to work month to month and actually start seeing into the future? And then eventually, once we keep practicing that muscle, how do we actually plan out a whole entire year? Where module 10 is DISC. right? We get heavy into communication styles and how do you effectively communicate, one with the team, and then two, especially with your clients. We get into 11 is it our education plan. And then 12, we talk about commissions and just how, charging a commission it's really about mindset and service. And what do you want to charge for that? And so that's the 12 programs, right? And we go much deeper into that, but that's, and it's an iterative process, right? And because all of us can work on our habits, all of us can continue to work on our time prioritization and how we manage our money and how we effectively communicate, right? So that's what an agent would experience coming onto our team.
What struck me most about you guys as I learned about you, as I learned about your business, and as I learned about how you live your lives, is that you live according to the kind of principles that you're talking about. Austin, you talked about, designing your business around being home at 5 p.m. And Nate, you talked about the restaurant cycle, 3 weeks on, 1 week off. What's interesting is, so I was in the middle of a mastermind. This was a top agent, top team leader mastermind about a decade or so ago. And one of the guys in the mastermind who's doing 200 deals a year stands up and he's talking about how he works with sellers. And he's like, so yeah, I just have the sellers come to the office and we do the listing presentation there. And all of us in the mastermind are waiting for him to tell us, how he then goes to the house, or that somebody goes to the house and it doesn't come. And lo and behold, he doesn't go to the house, right? He doesn't go to the house. The sellers all come to him. The guy's doing hundreds of sellers per year, and he's not going to their house. And all of us in the mastermind were like, wait, you can do that? And I was talking with another agent a few weeks ago, actually, an EXP agent, and he said, yeah, I do tons of open houses. So so great. So tell me, when do you do these? He's like, yeah, Friday afternoon from 3 to 5. I was like, wait, you don't spend Sunday and Saturday doing open houses? He's like, no, why would I do that? I want to be with my family. The world responds to our boundaries, but what most agents don't do is they don't work a system. They don't work a system that helps them establish those boundaries and work toward them, right? And as a result, we just bump around, and either we figure it out on our own, or for most of us, we just don't. For you, when you see your team leaders coming, your team members coming on your team, and you're presenting the system to them, why did agents typically succeed, and why did agents typically fail when it came to working that kind of system?
I'll tell you why they failed. Okay. Now, our interview process was excellent. Everybody that committed said they were going to do it. Me and Nate might be like, I think they'll do it, I'm not sure, but we still had them come on. So the interview, to start with, had to be up here, and you had to jump over all these hoops and hurdles and know that, hey, we're not giving you anything. I always said, I'm not your sugar daddy. Let's make that clear right now. I'm going to help you, but I'm not your sugar daddy. Well, we need to make sure that was clear. You laugh, but this was our interview process.
I'm not going to provide you anything.
I'm laughing at the phrasing. I respect the sentiment. I'm laughing at the phrasing.
Yeah. So with that being said, here's our expectations on how you're going to succeed on this team. And we actually, in our teams program, we break down why we offboarded 30 agents from our team. And Nate, what was the categories we used?
It was into our expectations. So we had culture, we had communication, we had commitment, and we had capping. So did they cap? Did they communicate? Did they commit? And then how were they relationally within the team, culture-wise?
So we did an audit on our team before we presented all this to the world and said, where did we offboard the agents on our team? Why didn't it work out for them? And 81% of the agents we offboarded was because their commitment level changed. And I say this is very important for everybody listening, because we did the math. 81% of the agents we offboarded was due to a commitment issue. Now, some of these commitment issues were really good. Like, hey, I got another job. Hey, I got married. I moved out of town. No, I had a kid. I can't commit anymore. It's not right for me. And so separate those and go to the people who said they wanted to commit. They wanted to step up into the next layer of their life, but didn't. And the reason what it was their personal habits they didn't get out of them. They weren't willing to grow and do what was hard to get to the next. And because our system was so like, I'm on you, I'm watching, because we're all trying to get somewhere, it exposed them. And when they weren't ready to be exposed, they kind of went in and hid. And when you go hide, you're never going to succeed. And so it's essentially accountability. So the people that were willing to be held accountable succeeded. The people that weren't normally didn't get there.
I find oftentimes when I ask people how committed they are, they say, yeah, 100%. And what they're saying is, I'm committed to the results, not committed to the work that it's going to take to get to those results. Right.
Mhm.
That's really the difference maker.
Mhm.
So, I want to share with them about a problem that I had and a solution that we came up with. So here was my problem. I mentioned FastCap earlier. I shared some of the results that we've had from that program. Amazing program. My challenge is scale. I have an amazing team. There's only so many FastCaps that they're able to do. And so Leo Pareja, our lesser CEO, and I were having a conversation one day. And we said, well, what if we were to go find an amazing EXP, agent coach kind of player who could train really well and see if they'd be interested in doing this for us. And he and I both kind of came up with the same names in that conversation. And that led me to these two gentlemen. And so I'm really excited about this. So I mentioned the January 8th cohort. That's going to start at the beginning of the year. January 29th, we're doing what we're jokingly kind of calling the takeover. So January 29th, Austin and Nate are going to lead FastCap for us. You got the QR code there for it. Again, this is a 6-week program. These gentlemen are going to take you through FastCap. They're going to share with you the success of all the FastCap agents that we based this program on, and also to the things that they did to be successful as well. They're doing the full program. This is FastCap. It's just with Nate and Austin's magic dust sprinkled on top of it. So we're pretty excited to have you guys doing it. And by the way, thank you for doing it. We really appreciate that. Question for you. You have an amazing coaching program. You've had an amazing life. You certainly don't need to be doing this. I happen to know that you have significant investings in real estate and property and things like that. So when you look at spending 6 weeks with 1,000 of your closest FastCap friends in that cohort, what are you looking forward to most about that?
Yeah. For me, it's I said it earlier, our mission, right? Our mission is to help and show realtors how to live a better life. And I love EXP. EXP is an amazing company, and we've shifted a lot of our resources into our coaching and training company, Chevron Coaching, and for us to be able to do this for this company, and truly carry out our mission, right? It's an amazing thing. I mean, you have the largest brokerage in the world, so many people. I mean, the leadership, the executive team with you, Brian, and everyone else is just top notch. I mean, I got excited at EXPCon just with what we're doing and where we're going as a company. And
Me too.
I mean, just, oh my God. And so just to be able to come in and help be a catalyst for that, through this, through FastCap takeover, right? Love the name. And it'll be an awesome time. I'm really excited.
Cool.
Yeah, for me, Brian, it's a part of the legacy play, which is I stopped selling real estate because I knew I could help 90 people a year, or we could run a team and help 900.
Mm-hmm.
Right, like that. So as we keep growing in our as I get older, we want to have a bigger legacy. We want to help more people. Well, we shut down the team this year to focus on, instead of helping 900 people, how do we help 90,000 people? And as our problems get bigger, our impact gets bigger, and our lives get bigger. And so for me, this is a beautiful journey along the way to continue to give, but instead of giving to one or two, we're giving to hundreds, in this case, thousands.
So funny. It's when I came to EXP, I had my own coaching company, was living a wonderful life. The reason I gave that up is exactly that. 90,000 opportunities to help people succeed in life. And that's irresistible to me. Here's what I'm looking forward to most about you two doing this. So we guys and gals at home, we have a side bet. So I mentioned our stats earlier, right? This isn't the average here. And what I've said to Austin and Nate is my sincerest hope is that they just blow that out of the water and just level up our experience so that we go back and we have to go and retool FastCap, because they've just brought some amazing results that we learned from. So I hope that you are committed in 2025 to doing something different in your business. Please come be part of FastCap and let that 6 weeks kick you off on that journey. go register for FastCap today. I think the URL is in the chat, so you have that, or you can go to expuniversity.com. Again, the course doesn't cost you anything extra. It's part of being with us. So go be part of it and have a kick butt 2025. Guys,
I got one last thing. Brian said we are having a competition. So if you are hungry, if you are motivated, if you want to take your business up, come train with us. We're looking for people like you because we need to crush this.
Yes. All right. I hope you win that bet, friend. And for you all, I hope that you win the bets that you're betting on yourself in 2025. Come let us be part of that. For all of us here at EXP, I want to say thank you. Happy Thanksgiving. We are so appreciative to you and what you do for your clients and for EXP. Enjoy your holidays, Austin and Nate. Thank you guys so much for doing this for us. We really appreciate it, man.
Happy Thanksgiving. Thanks for having us.
All right. Bye, guys. Russ, back to you, friend.
Wow, nice job, guys. Not only do I love you guys, but you guys show up and crush it every single time. So I'm super glad to have you guys on today. Great job. Love
Thanks
it. Brian, by the way, real quick one. Already posted on Facebook. They are committed to the results, but are they committed to the process? Brian Ellington.
Oh, nice.
See how that one goes. So great job, guys. Thank you for being here this week, and happy Thanksgiving to you and your families.
Happy Thanksgiving,
you too, buddy.
guys. Thank you.
All right, there you go. That's exactly what I was expecting when I see those guys show up having a conversation with Brian. Just real people doing real stuff. And by the way, I've stood in their office in Indiana, and that's exactly there's nothing other than facts there. The way they ran their team, the way they did what they did with their team, it's just the real deal. So, and now they're spreading that love and making sure you guys know exactly how you can be successful. Those guys are going to be great. And I love Austin calling out everybody. It's like, if you want a part of that in your life, come on, because he wants. Listen, you can take that guy out anywhere, and he wants to compete on everything. So that's the kind of mindset he's got. So you guys are in good hands doing FastCap with him. All right, so here we go. EXP Healthcare with Kristen Naro. We're going to have Kristen in here for a second. She's going to talk about EXP Healthcare. Kristen, come on down.
Hey, how's everyone doing today? Happy Friday.
Yeah, happy Friday. So you're with EXP Healthcare, and you've got some good stuff for our people today.
Yeah, absolutely. I'm just going to quickly share my screen here.
Go ahead.
I'm
going to stick with you here. So if I have any questions while we're going, it's probably the same questions other people are asking. So you take the lead, all yours.
Absolutely. My name's Kristen. I'm with EXP Healthcare. I know, it's busy right now, so I will keep it brief, but I did just want to take a couple minutes to walk through what we offer and why it is important to take advantage of open enrollment right now. As many of you know, open enrollment is going on right now, and it is going until December 31st. So you can sign up for our health share plans anytime throughout the year, but during open enrollment, major medical plans, we are waiving the 60-day waiting period. So that is a nice little benefit there.
Nice.
Perfect. And another just thing to highlight is 70% of people are actually on the wrong health plan. So that is, why it is a perfect time to just reevaluate what you have currently. If it makes the most sense, you can always chat with one of our benefits consultants. It's free. And it's worth just taking a quick call and taking a look at, if this fits your needs.
Right. So this is just like most people should be doing with their car insurance and their house insurance. And take a look at it. Make sure you got the right stuff. Make sure you got the right coverages. Things are changing in the business all the time, and new things are coming out all the time. So making sure that you've got the right fit. If you haven't done that in a year or two, it's time. Do it yesterday.
Absolutely.
Awesome.
Perfect. And this is a nice, just little overview here. Usually, typically people in the 1099 employee range have been stuck with very limited, expensive options. And that's why we created EXP Healthcare, to provide a more affordable solution for real estate agents. Again, these plans were created for you guys. So that is, a nice thing to understand and know with these plans. With Clearwater plans or EXP Healthcare plans, you do save on average of $10,000 a year. Plus, you can save up to 60% on fixed medical costs. All the plans come with nationwide PPO networks, so it is nice to have in and out of network coverage.
Mm-hmm.
And then another thing that sets us apart is our care coordination service. With this service, we help members save on average of an 80% on out-of-pocket costs. And we help agents, pay $0 for things like surgeries, MRIs, and labs, which is pretty awesome.
So I was 1099 most of my life. This is a rare occurrence in my life where I'm actually a W-2 for, very short period of my actual working career. Is like this much is W-2. And I was always 1099. And what we would do is we'd go out there and we'd find the best program we could that had the best coverage we could. But then you look at the numbers and the numbers are astronomical. And the only way we can get the number down to something reasonable is to have $10,000 deductibles. So you guys actually have the ability by going big is you guys have the ability to actually keep the cost down and with reasonable deductibles. And I love that lower out-of-pocket cost thing, because for us, like, we had good coverage, but the amount of money it cost every month or every time we went to the doctor was astronomical. It was good coverage, but it still cost us way more than just the premium. So I'm glad you guys got that figured out.
Decided to come up with EXP Healthcare. So
love it.
Here's just an overview of what agents tell us that they love most about the plans. Free telemedicine through Amaze. So we offer 24/7 telehealth services. You can get, primary care appointments, urgent care, prescriptions, all just from the comfort of your home. Preventative care included. So all of your annual, physicals, blood work, any preventative care that is, all included. So you don't have to worry about that. And then mental health support. We do give you mental health access with Amaze. So, you don't have to pay anything extra with your mental health support. And then prescription coverage. Most of our plans, they do include $0 generic prescriptions. So it's a nice benefit to have with most of our plans to make sure that you get those medications that you do need.
Awesome.
Perfect. And here's just a little overview of what we offer. We do offer ClearShare, which is a health share option. It is not traditional insurance. However, it is a great alternative to traditional insurance. It has nationwide PPO networks, lower costs for everyday care, smaller out-of-pocket maximums, and very affordable monthly payments on those. And then the major medical plans, they're, familiar coverage with more copays and HSA plans. Again, PPO networks, a range of different deductibles. So you can kind of choose what makes the most sense. And of course, budget-friendly premiums, which is important. And then we also do offer supplementals. So dental, vision, accident, critical illness. We can add those on, or you can, use that a la carte. One other thing I did want to mention is we are now offering holistic plans. These plans are really cool because they combine traditional care with alternatives. So you can get, visits to functional doctors, wellness reimbursements, and proactive health solutions. We want to obviously include that with people who are being proactive about their health.
Fantastic.
Yeah. Okay. And this is just a nice example. We always like to share this. Terry Hooker, he was actually an EXP real estate agent. He had COVID and, he turned into heart failure. He was in the hospital for 2 months and the bill was $2 million.
Wow.
His annual max was $1,000 with the ClearShare plan, and that is all he had to pay.
Wow.
We covered the rest, giving him, just more room to get better, focus on his physical and mental, health, and not worry about those bills.
Yep.
And that is just a really good example of how this can really help. And how the ClearShare health share plan is really great for catastrophic events.
All right. All right. Well, thank you very much. I appreciate it. We're running out of time here, so I'm going to let that go. So if you guys want to hit that QR code, thanks, Kristen, for all the info. That was
For
a
sure.
great story at the end. I love that. If you guys want to hit that QR code, it'll just give you a scan so you guys can have a meeting with them to actually talk through what are you doing, how are they doing it, why are they doing it, when they're doing it, and what works for you. And Kristen will be helping coordinate that. So thank you, Kristen. We appreciate your time. I love the fact that you got some good stuff going. So thank you. All right, so there you go. Last things but not least, thank you very much for showing up today and watching us go. We've got last couple announcements here real quick before we end. KGCI Real Estate on Air. If you haven't joined the hundreds of real estate pros that have already downloaded KGCI Real Estate on Air, make sure you do that now. This is always free, and the app works great with Apple CarPlay and Android Auto. Easy for me to say. Bring real estate business strategy straight to your vehicle's infotainment system or into your headphones while you're on the go. Put your headphones on and take KGCI radio with you everywhere you go. Scan the QR code to download the KGCI On Air mobile app or subscribe to their podcast on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, iHeartRadio, or anywhere else that you listen to podcasts. And with that, we've got the QR code for our NPS survey. If you guys could take the moment to give us a rating on a scale of 1 to 10, let us know how we did today. We had a lot of action-packed stuff today. Hope you loved the show. Give us a good, fair score so we can keep track of what we're doing, and give us feedback if you'd like on how we can do better or something you'd like to see added to the show. So with that said, I want to say from me to you, my family to yours, I hope you have the most amazing Thanksgiving. I hope you get some downtime. I hope you get the time to be able to find the things that you're thankful for and be thankful for the things that are around your world and create more things to be thankful for. Have a happy Thanksgiving week next week, and we'll see you guys next Friday.